Perhaps maybe I just don't understand the gamma state. Oh! Picked up a bad frequency there. We're losing him! He's going too deep! Bashar, let this man go! Have you heard of Daryl Enka? Not sure if he's crazy or a fraudster, but he claims to be able to communicate with / speak to an alien named Bashar. Bashar, huh? I'm unfamiliar with the cosmic entity known as Bashar, but I'd like to get familiar with them. Messenger of good news. Bashar, how to attract anything into your life by going gamma state. Huh?
Many of you are familiar with some of the different frequency states of your brain, and you know that
yeah, 93.3 the hits. Yeah, I know those frequencies.
Different kinds of modalities, different kinds of perspectives.
So this is Bashar talking to us right now, right? I'm guessing he's in his channeling stance. He's got like the TN tri-beam going with his hand, so I'm assuming this is the alien Bashar speaking to us through Daryl.
Many of you are also not familiar with the idea called the gamma state, which is between...
Did he just fart? Was that Bashar or Daryl that tooted?
Which is between 40 and 100 cycles
Man, just shot himself.
In your brain.
Cosmically. Quantumly.
In the typical channeling state, it averages somewhere around 45 to 50 cycles per second. 45, 50 hertz, as you say. And this particular vibration allows you to experience in the neurological net of your brain more cohesiveness, more acceleration, more connection, more synchronization.
A lot of good buzzwords here, Bashar.
While also simultaneously allowing certain neural pathways to actually close down in order for the focus
Congratulations, Luke.
that is necessary to bring through information from higher perspectives, higher points of view. Now, in general, when you are doing anything that you love to do, following your excitement, acting on your passion,
There's membership
you
drifting.
are in a gamma state.
And yeah, I've heard Fuzz. I'm familiar.
The idea being, as you say, in the zone, peak performance, deep meditation, but also simply when you are engaged and involved, not noticing what you call the passage of time, that is the gamma state. Also typically called the channeling.
Reading comments always make, like, this is all well and good. If you want to pretend to channel an alien and just spout a bunch of gobbledygook, all power to you. But it's the comments that actually just make me feel so sad. This resonates with me very much. Bashar says out loud what has been running in my head all along. Thank you for confirming that I am receiving the right information from my higher self. Oh my god, he's been teaching us how to access flow state all this time, which is something I've wanted for a long time. On top of that, he's saying flow state is the key to manifestation. Wow. It's like he's saying to a kid the key to life is to eat cake. Lots and lots of cake. Perhaps maybe I just don't understand the gamma state. Maybe I need to lock into flow state and then I'll be able to dunk on a 10-foot hoop. Perhaps I'm not being receptive to the wisdom of Bashar, the cosmic being.
State. Now, you can channel, in a sense, without being in the gamma state, because
I've not seen that, Ellie. Thanks to Prime
every
Global.
single one of you,
And yeah, I'm excited for
from time
Space
to
Marine
time,
2.
will channel through the gamma state by acting on the thing you love most, by following your
How does he
path,
conclude these?
their energy to your overall momentum of excitement, and continue to expand and accelerate yourselves in that way. So, when we take you through that permission slip meditation, you can allow yourself to continue to practice it with that gamma state and see life as it truly is, rather than the illusions you have put before yourself, or of the illusion as opposed to falling under.
Okay, I thought he'd like snap himself back into Daryl. He does not. He stays Bashar. I feel like motivation will be something that you just gotta find your passion for, which takes time. Just give it some time, and I'm wishing you the best. I'm sure you'll find it eventually. Wait, Danica Patrick has a YouTube channel? And she interviewed Daryl and Bashar? What in the world? What in the world? Bashar predicts humanity's coming great shift in 2024. Prepare yourself now.
So the idea is when you are of a certain frequency,
Probably won't do that, Lucian.
that's moving in a positive direction, when you're navigating in a positive.
Conversations have done quite well. So
Okay.
people are really interested in not only your conversations, but for whatever reason, the magic that you and I have together, sir.
In focus, but I also have been making films. I've been writing books. My wife and I now are actually owning and operating an escape room in Los Angeles.
That's fire.
So
That's
any
cool.
kind of a lot of creative endeavors, a lot of different kinds of directions.
Justness.
Well,
Can you just give me a breakdown on Daryl, please? Bashar Sedana Workshop. Oh my god, he goes in front of a class?
Hi, everyone. Hi.
Hey!
Thank you all so much for coming. This is just incredible to see so many people here to experience Bashar.
Yeah, we went over the
I
Dyson
really
Sphere
appreciate
Stuff
your
Society.
patience. You know, we want to make sure the rest of the people and the rest of the world.
Familiar with Bashar, I'm going to do just a very brief background so you all
Perfect.
understand how this happened and what this is. And then we'll get going with letting Bashar come through. But I think it's important that you have to have at least a little bit of background here.
Okay, well, I'm going to thank everyone and just say that I'm so glad that you all
Yep,
came.
I'm excited for
I think
Mark's
you're gonna
movie.
have a fantastic experience. Not anything like this. Very gift.
Here, thank you for having us here. Yes, everyone, cell phones? Very, very briefly. Channeling is something that is a, regardless of what may be being brought through, is a
Thanks, High
natural
Ruler. Hope you're doing well.
altered state. Measurable on different instruments
Thanks,
and so
Anonymous.
forth. Everyone has the ability to channel. Everyone probably does channel at various times. Channeling is really just getting into that state where if you're doing what you love to do, you're not thinking about it, it just flows. You don't pay attention to time. That's a channeling state. Someone who's lost in the song, an actor who becomes the part, in essence, is in a channeling state. But in that state, you can also access other portions of your own consciousness. You can access
Oh, so Bashar lives inside of him.
portions of information from throughout the universe.
Jekyll and
apparently,
Hyde style.
And make connections with other beings, other dimensions, what have you, depending on
Oh, never
how
mind.
you wish to
I'm
focus
wrong.
the idea of that channel.
He's interdimensionally traveling.
For me, this began, and the reason it's happening this way is about now 35 years ago.
True, man.
I live in Los Angeles, and I had two very close broad daylight sightings of a UFO. First time about 70 feet away, second time, first time about 150 feet away, second time about 70 feet away of an equilateral triangular ship with witnesses with me both times, about 30 feet on the side. Seeing that started me wanting to know more about what UFOs were all about and all that kind of thing, and I started investigating
His membership
that subject. As I was investigating that subject, I ran across other metaphysical books. There weren't many books at that time on various UFO or metaphysical subjects, so I just kind of like went down the line of the single shelf in the bookstore that had all of them at that time. And throughout that process of investigating that, I was ultimately introduced to a channel who was practicing at that time. And the person doing that channeling offered to teach, or the entity coming through that channel offered to teach a class. And I thought, well, this is interesting. I don't think I'm going to become a channel, but I wanted to learn more. It was part of my research. I wanted to see how something like channeling could be taught. So I went into the class, and it was about a 12-week course. And
Okay.
With that,
Get to the point. Tell me Bashar. Tell me about Bashar.
I received what I experienced to be a telepathic connection from Bashar and his people.
Okay.
In that one instant, an actual memory came back of having made an agreement with Bashar to do this before this life.
Okay.
I understood in that moment that the UFO had been shown to me on purpose to get me to go in the direction I needed to go, so that by the time it was time for me to fulfill that agreement I had made, I would be ready. And
It's almost like the Rocco's Basilisk paradox. Very cool. Daryl, this is incredible stuff. What was the agreement? You'd agree to be his vessel so he could be a motivational speaker on Earth? That seems like a very underwhelming use of this cosmic being's powers. You're telling me that Bashar decides to use his abilities to just tell people to brush their teeth and eat well? And, like, have a positive mindset? That seems like a complete waste. Look at his website and his store. He's written 200 books since the 1980s. 200 books since the 1980s. Jesus Christ, Bashar. What in the world? You should show your dad this video. My dad doesn't believe in any of this shit. My dad just believes in the aliens building the pyramids. I don't know what to tell you. That's like the one. That's pretty much it. Like, this kind of shit he would absolutely laugh at. He wouldn't text me being like, Charlie, you hear what Bashar said today about our horoscopes? Isn't that some shit? Like, that. My dad doesn't believe in that. Can Bashar take over like Sukuna? I don't think so. I think so. He was describing the channeling state. I think he needs to get into the zone. And if he's not in the zone, I don't think Bashar has like a door to get there. I don't think the alien planet is sending their best. Yeah, maybe Bashar is kind of like a dweeb on his home world. But to us, well, not to us. To Daryl, he's super cool.
The question that was immediately there in my head was, is this something you still want to do? It was offered as a choice. Nothing about this is ever forced. I had to think about it for a while because what I experienced, I didn't know if I was hallucinating from the meditation or what I was actually experiencing.
Laser subtext and grill.
But I thought, well, let's see where this goes, because the experiences I had had with the other channel had been that interesting information can come through people in this altered state.
We went over that last night
and
as well, Diogenes.
Bashar is really another entity, or whether it's a portion of my own consciousness or whatever. The altered state is real. The information seems to have the ability to help people do what they need to do to make the kind of changes they need to make in their lives. And for that reason, I figured that's reason enough to go ahead and see where this goes.
I didn't expect that. He's like, oh, so it could be an alien, an interdimensional being, or it could just be some part of my subconscious while I'm conscious. That's cool. Alright, he's jacking into the upside down. Assuming athletic stance. Oh, good crack.
Sorry.
No apologies. Do what you need to do to get the aliens on the horn. Oh! Picked up a bad frequency there. Oh, we're losing him. He's going too deep. Bashar, let this man go. Where's the holy water? That actually sounds like Darth Vader's mask. Holy shit. What cool noises. Now, if he actually starts levitating, then I'll be impressed. No!
Boy, I'll say good day to you this day of your time.
Hey!
How are you all?
Don't yell at me, Bashar. What the man?
All right, I will take that as an okay.
Does he have an
First
accent?
of all, we would like to thank each and every one of you individually, and all of you together collectively.
I love how he put on an accent for Bashar this time, but then later on he got rid of it. He's like, I don't want to do that anymore. Bashar just lost his accent, his dialect. He outgrew. That's cool. Crazy that people paid for this? That's not crazy to me. People pay for anything. Absolutely anything. Bashar's planet has dolphins on it, apparently. Look up Earth dolphins on Bashar's planet. That's good for them. Dolphins are super smart. I'm sure Bashar and his people really appreciate that. And we did watch that, Gary.